Field is set, green flag unfurls, and we're underway, late model style, and down into turn number 1. Charlie Rose and Richie Murray battle for the lead. Trouble for Johnny Silva. He gets around through turns 1 and 2. Everybody able to scramble on by, and we are slowed up before we can even get lap 1 on the board for Johnny Silva and the numbers anywhere. Ready to have at it. Looking off of turn number 4, Charlie Rose, Richie Murray. Up on the throttles, off the corner they come. Green flag is out. We're underway. And down into turn 1 they go. Rose with a half a car length advantage. Here comes Murray back up on the outside.
Murray going to battle on the outside down into 3 and 4. Charlie Rose with the nose advantage. Here comes Mark Jennison looking for position as they come across the stripe.
Murray drops in right behind the 91 as they hold off of turn number 2. But they are stacked up double wide from third on back. Jennison and Lallier, Hedges and LeBrun, all racing side by side. Belcher and Souza. Off the corner they come.
As they go down the backstretch, Mark Jennison holds on to that third position. Luke LeBrun on the outside battling for fourth. Here he comes across the stripe looking for more.
Down into turn 1, and Tyler Lallier getting some momentum underneath them, holding on to that in fourth position. Look at LeBrun down to the bottom, trying to make it 3 wide. Settles it in back behind. Off of 4 they come. Looks again. Lallier shuts the door.
Jennison, Lallier, LeBrun all battling there, and that is opening the door for Josh Hedges looking for position down into 3 and 4.
Hedges and Belcher racing side by side off the corner, and Belcher gets the advantage there. Here comes Burns and Gomes in tow down to the inside. Up top behind Hedges is Souza. Souza backsliding along with the 0-2 as they come off of 4.
They've worked themselves out single file, positions 1 through 4 right now. It's Charlie Rose, Richie Murray, Mark Jennison, and Luke LeBrun up front.
Off the corner they come to complete lap number 7. It's Rose, Murray, Jennison, LeBrun, Belcher, your top 5. Lallier back to 6. Look at Gomes up into 7th as he slides underneath Burns. Burns to the outside, though. Gets a good run down into turns 3 and 4.
The 2 youngsters, Gomes and Burns, battle there for that 7th position as they go down into 1 and 2.
Luke LeBrun on the move. He picked up the win on opening day. Tries to get back up on the podium. Looks underneath Mark Jennison. Battle for third off of turn number 4 down to the stripe. Give that third spot to the 27 by a hair.
Jennison and LeBrun going to continue to battle down the backstretch. Chase Belcher trying to reel them in. They go into 3 and 4. Out front, Charlie Rose coming across the stripe. 10 laps on the board.
Rose continues to set the pace. The battles are going on behind him. LeBrun is on the move up into the third spot, putting some pressure on the Chuckrin Auto Parts number 08 of Richie Murray. They come off the corner. LeBrun dives down to the inside, down into turn 1.
Chuckrin's adorns the door of the 08 and the 27. They battle for second position. Mark Jennison looking to make it 3 wide into 3 and 4.
Jennison thought better of it as he settles in back behind. While he slides up the racetrack, Chase Belcher fills in down the inside. That's the battle for 4th down the back straightaway. LeBrun up to 2nd, Murray back to 3rd. Side by side for 4th. Belcher down low, trouble down the back straightaway. Josh Hedges goes around in the performance number 02, bringing out the first caution just shy of the halfway. Back straightaway, and we're ready to go. It looks like when they come back around, Tim Bolduck looks them over, gives them the clinch green flag, and the caution lights go out around the 3rd mile. The Bristol Toyota Pace Truck ready to pull down to the infield off of turn number 2. Charlie Rose and now Luke LeBrun, your defending champion, will bring the field off of turn number 4. Murray, Jennison, Belcher, your top 5. 6 is Lallier as they come off the corner. There's a green flag. We're back underway. Rose and LeBrun battle into turn number 1.
Down the backstretch, Luke LeBrun on the outside. He's going to have to check up. Charlie Rose checks out to the lead down into 3 and 4.
Rose slideways through the corners. It gathers it back in. Here comes Murray down to the inside. Battle for the lead down into 1.
That opens the door for Murray. Can't get it there. Charlie Rose checks back out to the lead down into 3 and 4 once again.
Off the corner they come. Murray continues to chase that inside lane as Rose sets the pace down into turn 1. Belcher right there on the inside. Here comes LeBrun back up on the outside. We're at the halfway. 15 down, 15 to go.
They battle as LeBrun and Charlie Rose all over the back bumper. Richie Murray just looking to keep his nose clear, look for the lead. He'll battle with LeBrun down the backstretch.
Murray gets crossed up again. A little rap, tap, tap to the back bumper by LeBrun as they come off the corner. A warning to your defending champion as aggressiveness is not that welcome. Down the back straightaway, 3 wide for a second. Look at Belcher down to the inside of Murray and LeBrun as they roll off at turn 4. Belcher down on the inside.
And that's going to have to make Murray check out. Belcher has the position, but here comes LeBrun. LeBrun takes second down the backstretch.
Luke LeBrun, your defending champion, takes over the number 2 spot, and here comes Belcher down low. He's got Burns glued to his rear bumper as they come across the stripe. Down into 1 and 2. Charlie Rose sets the pace. LeBrun sits second. Third is Belcher, and a battle up top. Murray working hard on the outside.
They continue to battle. Looking at that third place battle, it's between Chase Belcher, Richie Murray, Jacob Burns right there. He is in the catbird seat looking for position down the backstretch.
Into 3 and 4 they go. 10 laps to go. Belcher and Murray. Burns all in that fight for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Belcher gets away, takes a spot. Burns fills a hole down to the inside, and while up front, Luke LeBrun going back to work on the 91, takes a peek down to the inside off of 4.
Luke LeBrun is going to continue his persistence with Charlie Rose down into 1 and 2, looking for the lead down the backstretch.
Rose with a good run up on the outside, down into 3. LeBrun hanging tight on the inside. They slide off of turn number 4, inches apart at the stripe. And Belch and LeBrun still not able to take over.
The laps whittle down. Does Charlie Rose have enough to hold on for a victory here tonight, or does Luke LeBrun have something to say? They come across the stripe, continuing to battle for the lead down into 1 and 2.
Off the second corner, Rose still with a half a car length advantage. LeBrun down to the inside. Meanwhile, for 4th, here comes Burns. Down on the inside. Rose gets a little crossed up. Here comes LeBrun. Sets the pace. He becomes your new leader down into 1.
Luke LeBrun in that Chuckran's Auto Parts black and green number 27 machine into 3 and 4. It'll be 5 laps to go here at the stripe.
5 more circuits around the 3rd mile, and now Chase Belcher goes to work on the 91. Takes a look down to the inside as they come off of turn number 2. Rose hangs on to the 2nd spot.
They continue to battle into 3 and 4. Here comes Chase Belcher looking for 2nd position. He's going to battle with Charlie Rose. They work down into 1 and 2. Luke LeBrun checks out to the lead as the battle heats up now for the 5th position between Murray, Jennison, and Gomes down into 3 and 4.
Here comes Jennison down underneath Murray. Murray also has a crossed up. Here comes the 10 of Gomes down to the inside. Everybody able to gather it all away as they come down the back straightaway.
27 laps on the board. The 27 machine out front. He'll come to 2 to go here at the stripe.
Off the corner they come. Caution flag is out. 2 cars together up in turn number 2. The 42 of Manny Dias and the 67 of Johnny Silva get together, closing this up for a 1-mile shootout in this late model feature event. We have seen little bumps. We have seen rubs. We have seen a little bit of aggressiveness from a lot of the different drivers, and I am not excluding anybody in that.
No, the Everett's Auto Parts Late Model Series here has put on a show. 27 laps on the board, 3 laps to the conclusion of this one. You've seen battles up front between LeBrun, Charlie Rose, Chase Belcher there. Last week's winner, Jacob Burns, running 4th. Mark Jennison just quietly there in 5th. It's anybody's race up front right now, Kevin, here in the final mile to go. Can Luke LeBrun hold on? Does Charlie Rose have something to get back to the lead here? We shall see.
A lot of it's going to determine on which lane Luke decides. Does he want the inside or the outside? Seems to be going well on both lanes. Now, here's the thing. You remember that last restart with Luke on the outside? He had to check up down the back straightaway. From this vantage point, I couldn't tell you why, but I can only surmise why. Good. Especially for a couple of laps up on the out 1 mile, 3 laps. We're ready to go, ladies and gentlemen. The Bristol Toyota Pace Truck pulls down to the center of the infield. Charlie Rose and Luke LeBrun will bring them off of turn number 4. They start to wind it up. Looking for the green. There it is, and we're back underway. LeBrun up on the outside. Rose down low, down into 1.
Here they go, down the backstretch. Give the nose advantage to Luke LeBrun. Down into 3 and 4. Here comes Charlie Rose battling back.
Twin sticks in the air as they come off the corner. Rose a little bit sideways, gathers it back in as they race door handle to door handle down into turn number 1.
Down the backstretch. LeBrun again with a nose advantage. Charlie Rose closes the gap. He has a nose advantage. Off 4. Here they come. White flag.
Rose loose off the corner, trying to gather it back in. Down into 1. Look at Burns. Look for the inside. Down the back straightaway for the final time. LeBrun with a half a car length. Rose throws it in hard and deep down to the inside. Burns down low. They come off the corner. Rose is going to pick up the win. LeBrun in for second. Burns will finish third with Andrew Gomes fourth and Chase Belcher your top 5.
How about that finish? Wow. Charlie Rose has been strong the first 2 weeks of the season. Finally gets it done here. Kevin's going to make his way down and talk to him. Rounding out the field, coming home 6th, Mark Jennison, Richie Murray 7th, Connor Souza 8th, Tyler Lallier 9th, Ryan Solier 10th, Ray Lovelace 11th, Brittany Campbell 12th, Jared Freitas 13th, David Luigi 14th, Josh Hedges 15th, Tyler Almeida 16th, Nate Tracy 17th, Manny Diaz 18th, John Silva 19th, and rounding out the field was Bill Goodrow.
I watched a video over the past couple of weeks back when the mini modifieds were part of our show. And this guy was behind the wheel of one of them. Luke coming in to congratulate Charlie. Some last minute tidbit from our starter, Tim Bolduck down there. All right, here he is, ladies and gentlemen, climbing out of the car, back in victory lane. How about a round of applause for Charlie Rose? Charlie, boy, did that restart work for you.
It was ugly. It was all ugly, but you know what? We're in victory lane, and I've won some that way, lost most of them that way. This time I wasn't going to lose one that way.
You and Luke battled real hard for that lead over those last few laps. Tell us about it.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't sure what lane he was going to pick. I kind of wanted the outside, and they said he took it and didn't take it. I don't know. Just give me a lane. Let's go race.
A second last week, back up in victory lane tonight. It's after that week 1 frustration, it's starting to turn out pretty good.
Yeah, the car's been running pretty good. Just, week 1 deal has, made a mess, and then last week, Jacob kicked my butt, and this week, Luke almost kicked my butt, but we're still at the top of the, we're number 1 tonight.
I know you got some people to thank.
Yeah, I want to thank Ron. He's here tonight from F&M Maintenance, his family, Kevin, Simpson's Auto Care, Rich from Helder South Post Power Equipment, his brother John, Scott from Hawkins Construction, my mom, my dad, Jim from Simple Signs. I said that. Jerry D, all my boys that work all week, Roscoe, Jimmy, Kenny Rigo, the whole family that comes out, and all you great people for coming out here tonight, because it's a beautiful night. It didn't look too good today, but it turned out to be a beautiful night for racing, that's for sure.
It did. I was just telling them as you were down talking to Tim, I was watching a video on YouTube from 1985. You were behind the wheel of a mini modified. That's how long you've been around, Charlie.
Too damn long. I saw Mike Rowe win the other night at 72. I go, man, I got a long way to go yet.
Congratulations. Welcome back to victory lane. Charlie Rose picking up the win here tonight. We'll talk to our Luke. The car is fast, consistent, just a little bit short tonight. Boy, you did not need that restart.
No, I definitely didn't need that restart. I mean, we definitely had a really racy car tonight, and really can't complain with that run. It's tough. My spotter, we never called that the choose cone was coming out. We must have went up on the high side. So, I'll take it. That was definitely my race, and it sucks, but it is what it is.
It's always next week to get him back,
Yeah, Yeah, always, especially racing like that. We'll keep that one in the back pocket, and we'll come back next week.
I know you got some people you want to thank.
I'd like to give a huge thanks to my dad. He's actually in Italy right now. It's just been me and my Uncle Tom, and Huey, my brother, came out, a couple friends. So I'll definitely take this, a little heartbreaking, but as always, next week we'll come back.
All right, congratulations. Great second place finish. Third place for Jacob Burns, and Jake caught in traffic early, but once you got a little bit freed up, you were able to move your way through.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, starting from 10th is always tough with all those guys in front of you. We got the cautions we needed. We got started 4th. Those guys were going to battle it out. I knew that. Got a few more laps, had a little bit more of them, but, we ran out of laps.
A couple of times it looked like you might try to make it 3 wide. What was going through your mind?
Yeah, I really wanted to, but the car was a little too tight center. We were just pushing. I couldn't get that run I wanted. In a realistic world, we had the right car for that. Definitely been 3 wide. Definitely been a good finish.
A lot of people, you've been real busy these past several weeks, and I know you got some people to thank.
Yeah, huge thanks to all my crew, Mark, Mikey, Angelo, my new crew chief, Dimmy Potter, my uncle, all my sponsors for giving me the opportunity to be here. And, without them, they wouldn't be possible. Huge thanks to my spotter, Larry. He came out this week, so thanks to all those men.
Great run, third place finish. How about a round of applause for your top 3, ladies and gentlemen?